not stop ever.
Hey everybody, it's Beth. Hope you all are doing well. This is the Halloween tag 2024 that my pal David at David Diggs, who is in the chat right now, created. So we are here to do a response to this tag. So let me know if you can hear me. Yep, I have another window pulled up just to make sure, and I heard myself, so we're good. Hopefully everything sounds okay. Still trying to work out some kinks here with doing this and getting more comfortable at doing this. So we'll see how that goes. So anyway, this is the return of the Halloween tag 2024. There are 13 questions, lucky 13. And they are all going to be linked below the video when this goes live. If you guys want to do your own response to this, David would probably appreciate that. And it would be fun to see a bunch of these go around the community. So that being said, we are going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, we have 13 questions to get through. They're very fun, very simple. And I hope a lot of you join in. So here we go. Question number 1. Are you a superstitious person? So, personally, for me, I am to some degree. It depends on what superstition we're talking about. Do I tend to not walk under a ladder? Yes. Do I tend to kind of overthink whenever a black cat walks in front of me? Yes. Definitely the mirror thing, like breaking the mirror, that's a big no-no. Big no-no. Let's see what else. I mean, just I don't avoid stepping on cracks or anything like that. That's taken a little far. Step on your crack, you'll break your mama's back. But yeah, I guess in a general sense, I am kind of superstitious. There are certain things that I do think about and maybe try to avoid sometimes. So, it's all in good fun, all in good fun. But I did own a black cat. We had a black cat, our cat Stormy. He was mostly black. He had a tiny little, I call it like his little soul patch. He had a tiny little white spot on his chin, and otherwise he was solid black. And he was the sweetest cat. And he made it up until he died. What was that? 2 years ago, I think. So he ended up having cancer. So let's see. David is asking, were you familiar with the magpies superstition? I was not. That I am not. I am not. Was not. Am not familiar with that at all. So I think a lot of superstitions kind of come from regional, like wherever you grew up, the environment that you grew up in, and wherever, if you grew up in the South or the, East Coast, West Coast kind of thing. I bet that it would all kind of depend on that as well. Okay, let's go on. Question number 2. This one's a fun one. So think of this, you guys. The Ghostbusters, they are hiring. So would you apply for a job to be a Ghostbusters? Would you do that? And then the B part of the question, it's, do you believe in ghosts? So, okay. David said Lisa lives in, is it Australia? So yeah, it probably definitely is something that's regional and depending on where you live. So Ghostbusters, would you want to be a Ghostbusters? I don't think I would be a good Ghostbusters. Okay, she's from Ireland. I was way off. Why did I think she was from Australia? If she ever watches this, she will get a laugh at that, I bet. So, yeah, Ghostbusters is hiring. So I don't think I would want to be a Ghostbusters, but I could definitely do the Annie Potts character. I could probably handle that very well. Miss Janine. So, Ghostbusters, what do you want? Yeah, I could handle taking some phone calls. I could handle sending them out on their tasks, so to speak, but I have no desire to go kill and trap some ghosts. So, um, I could probably definitely handle somewhat the comedic part of um her involvement in the Ghostbusters organization. Um, I'm definitely a good supporting role type of person. I don't ever want to be the star of a show, but I could definitely be a supporting character. So, in that sense, I could definitely be of help to the Ghostbusters, I think. And the B question is, do you believe in ghosts? I definitely do believe in ghosts. I think there are, I don't know if I believe in like, you know, little white ghosts, that kind of thing. But I do believe in like the poltergeist thing. I believe in supernatural phenomena. There are things that happen in the world that are happen to us that are unexplained. And yeah, I definitely could get on board um the whole ghost thing. So not a keymaster. Nope, nope. I like living in the background. I just I would make a great like cameo kind of person in the background. I would make a great person standing in the back with the camera just in awe of watching the madness ensue. So that's me. Okay, let's keep moving on. Question number 3. So, the best vampire movie. So, my pick is a base pick. I make no qualms about that and no apologies for it. But I think the best vampire film is The Lost Boys. So, it's my favorite, and I think it will always be up there. It was one I watched so much as a child, and it has just enough horror and gore to it that which this could come up in another question that we have, hint, wink wink ahead, but it definitely could be a great kind of intro to horror film, I think. But I like my vampires. I like things not so serious. I like the aspect of it being kind of, rock and roll, um, you know, them on bikes, the whole biker thing, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so lots of good vibes in the Lost Boys that I can get on board with. So, let's see. David says he is a skeptic. I've never experienced anything paranormal. I haven't really experienced anything like crazy per se paranormal, but I have definitely had some weird feelings, like makes the skin crawl and like the hair stand on your arm. I've had those kind of experiences in certain places. Um, I will be honest with you. When I went with my cousin to the Stanley Hotel, when I was on vacation in Colorado about what many years ago, um, definitely, and it's not just because of Stephen King stayed there and got inspired to write The Shining. It wasn't because of that. But that that hotel, there's something there. There is something there. I got like the hair stood up on my arm. I got like a flushing feeling, like you felt hot. And it was in June. It wasn't overly hot there. So I don't know. Maybe it was mold in the air. I don't know what it was, but I definitely had some weird sensations. I would not want to stay there at nighttime. I'll just say that much. So, let's see. David says Lost Boys all the way. Yes, Lost Boys is awesome. We got to watch that. I think that'd be fun to do. So, let's keep going. Question number 4. So, what are some gateway into horror movies that you would suggest to someone kind of apprehensive about horror, maybe wanting to kind of dip their toe into the horror genre. So there's a lot of films that one could say that would be a, dip your toe type of film. In um, my thought process behind this question is something that has horror elements to it, maybe something that's not full on blood and gore, but has some scare factor, some creepiness, that gives you that little bit of what you want, hopefully, to maybe hook someone into becoming a horror fan. Okay. So that's kind of where I'm thinking when I go about this question. Hi, Anthony. Welcome. Welcome, Anthony. You're just fine. You're just fine. Good to see you. So, I picked two films to talk to you guys about today, and probably won't come as any surprise to anyone. But the first one is The Burbs. Now, hear me out. I know some of you are going to say it's a comedy, but I definitely think it has horror elements to it. I wrote down some notes, you guys. I'm good at writing down notes. So I think it has the comedy horror aspect to it that makes it more approachable for those that are new into the genre. I think, horror can definitely lighten a mood, right? And it makes the scary parts less intense, which The Burbs is not a very intense film, albeit. But um, the film being set in suburbia in a cul-de-sac um, is frightening to me. Um, so you have this neighborhood with all these quirky people and you don't know your neighbors, especially nowadays, right? You don't know your neighbors, so that can kind of be spooky. um the nice thing about The Burbs is the little bits of horror elements, they're sprinkled in as we go along, and they kind of increase as we go through the story of the film. It's one of my favorite films. I hope to watch it this month, you guys. So, hopefully we'll do a watch party for that sometime. But the what else was I gonna say? Um, yeah, I just think, The Burbs is a unique blended film. It has black comedy plus the horror elements, plus, just great characters, great setting, the music, the score. It's just perfection in my eyes. So that's why I like The Burbs. Um, the next film that I would pick, again, kind of a base answer, but I just watched it recently again, and it's been on my mind quite a bit. So that is going to be the original Poltergeist. So, Poltergeist is often really cited as being a great kind of gateway to horror film. So, what I find interesting about Poltergeist is it being, and I messed up how I cropped that. Sorry about it. Oh well. Um, the film centers around a typical American family, and which makes it very accessible to people, and that this could happen to you or I. I think that's what makes it really scary. Is you can see yourself in this little family in Poltergeist. So it explores common fears of the unknown, supernatural elements, and are you safe in your own home? You know, so which to me that's very, very frightening and very scary. Um, the nice thing about Poltergeist is it's not overly gory at all. There are some jump scares, but there's not too many jump scares. They're very effectively placed jump scares. Um, and the score elements, the acting, the characters in the film, how it's all put together, it creates just this, I think, perfect atmosphere to hook you as a horror fan, hopefully. So those are my two picks, you guys, The Burbs and Poltergeist. So let's see. Oh, okay. Well, that's neat. Anthony is writing a memoir. So that is really awesome. Keep going. That's great. And David has a couple suggestions here. He says something wicked this way comes. I have not seen that in a long, long time, I don't think. I was trying to remember. Yeah, it's been a while. And then House is another one that I think is kind of tame. I haven't watched House before. I haven't seen that. So I'll have to definitely check that out sometime. Um, let's see. Let's keep going. So, next question, you guys. Next question. Um, did it kick me offline? I think I'm still going. Okay. Number 5. You are stranded on Halloween night and need a ride. Christine pulls up. Are you getting in or will you be walking home? Well, that's an interesting question. So I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna get in because why not, right? It'd be my only chance to probably drive a car like that. So yeah, I'll take my chances. Maybe I can win her over. You know, that maybe she won't kill me. I know she's a jealous bitch, but maybe I can coax her into being my friend or something. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up off the fly, but it would be so awesome to drive that car. I would look so cool in that car. Maybe like that girl there. Not really. I don't look anything like her. So, but I think it was a cool picture. So, yeah, that's my answer. I'll take my chances in Christine. So, Anthony, David, that would be awesome. Take part in it. The questions are linked down below if you want to answer them. They're very simple. And maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe a redhead could tame her. I doubt it. I doubt it. I think she would take offense to anyone female. She's jealous, especially if I guess it's if of a male owner. Now let's see. When they reimagine Christine, is she gonna be bought by a female owner? Is that how they're gonna change it up? I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. I love this question. Love this question. Number 6. If you were to get a Halloween or horror themed tattoo, what would you get and where would you put it? So I've actually been thinking about this a lot, and I'm actually getting my next tattoo Wednesday, but it's not horror themed. But I've already decided. I'm pretty sure I know what my actual first kind of horror themed tattoo will be. And it will be similar to this, what I'll show you on the screen, but of course my artist will make it his own. So I want to get a little tribute to The Shining, and specifically a key. I want a little key to the Overlook Hotel. I would like something very, very similar to this design here. I love the carpet in the background. I think that is very cool. And then probably I would prefer to have the key tag in the red, like it is in the film. So, and it will say the thing. I'm pretty sure I haven't 100% decided though, because a part of me wants to do this. But then another part of me wants to change the key tag to 217 because in the book it's room 217. But in the film it's 237. And I like both of them. So that's how I might combine the two together, is to change the key tag number. So my cousin and I talked about getting this together, but it's just not happened for us to get together. She lives so far away. So yeah, that probably one of the next ones that I get. If I'm being completely honest, I would like to have like this tattoo. I would like to have something in tribute to Stand By Me. I already have it picked out what I would like to do. It's going to be very labor intensive. And then I would like something to the Neverending Story, but we will, we'll see. So yes, yeah. 217 would pay homage to the book, and then of course the background of the carpet. And I can't remember. Do they talk about the carpet in the book? I can't remember. Oh, my brain is not working today. But anyway, yes. I would like to make it unique to myself, and maybe the background design be, like a diamond shape or something other than a, like a circle, or maybe that kind where it just melts kind of abstractly behind it. I don't know. We'll see. I got to talk to him. I'll talk to him on Wednesday. But I love that question. That's so much fun. Um, I would probably put it, I'm thinking on my lower leg. I have a scar on my lower leg, very faint scar that I would like to cover up. So below my calf, but above my ankle. So that's kind of where I'm thinking. Thank you for asking for specifics. Just kidding, David. Okay, let's keep going. Question number 7. Do you prefer, now, do you say caramel or caramel? Do you prefer caramel apples or candy apples? I definitely prefer caramel apples. I say caramel. That's how I say it. So, but if the truth be told, I'm not really a fan of them like that on the stick. It's a little, I don't know, it's messy. So what I like to do is I like to make homemade caramel sauce, you know, and then just dip the apple slices in it. That's how I like to eat a caramel apple. So I've not been a very big fan of candy apples because I have too many fillings and crowns, and it will pop one off. I can guarantee it. I had a Jolly Rancher, true story. Had a Jolly Rancher get stuck to one of my crowns once, and I broke it loose and it popped the crown off. So I'm very hesitant when it comes to sticky candy like that and hard candy. So, and now that my daughter works at a dentist office, she would kill me if I broke a tooth or something. So anyway, caramel is how I pronounce it. Awesome. Maybe it's a Midwestern thing. I don't know. Okay. This is fun, you guys. This is fun. All right. Number 8. Do you carve a jack-o'-lantern for Halloween? If so, do you carve it before or on Halloween night? Well, my children are practically grown now, so 18 and almost 21. We don't do the whole pumpkin carving thing anymore. We just don't. So, but if I did, we usually would do it a day or two before Halloween, so we could light them, obviously, and set them outside on the porch. Not that we ever got any trick-or-treaters because we live in the country, but that's how we would do it. And here's a little tip for you guys. Little tip. Unlike the photo there at on the screen, don't cut the stem off and then gut it that way. Cut the bottom off. Make your cut at the bottom. Make a round circle at the bottom, and then you can gut him that way. And then that way his stem won't sink in when he starts to shrivel up. So there's your little tip for you. Now, I've heard of people doing the whole dipping of them, like painting them in certain things or dipping them in bleach or other things to preserve the pumpkins. I've never tried that myself. We just usually carve it and cook or roast the pumpkin seeds and, do that kind of thing. So let's see. David says, I try to carve one every year, usually the week leading up to Halloween. Yeah, we just don't do that anymore. I don't know. It's just, I, I'm not that creative anyway. So, and it would look almost as bad as that one on the left with just open eyes. I tried my best a couple years in a row to do like an actual like Halloween, the pumpkin from the first Halloween, even with the little slit down the nose and to the mouth, and can't do it. Cannot do it to save my life. So just not artistically inclined when it comes to carving pumpkins, I guess. So okay, got a few more questions, you guys. Number 9, what is a must-see movie for you to kick off the Halloween season or to watch on Halloween? So I decided to go with what do we watch to kind of kick off October. And I asked my daughter what she thought. We were on the same page. So for us, what we like to watch, we'll probably watch it tonight or maybe tomorrow night as our first kind of official October film. But it is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And to be flat out honest with you, we will watch it at least a few times in October. because we love that film so much. But it is definitely a film that we like to watch at the beginning of the season. So I can paint a pretty mean hay bale. Yes, I can. Yes. Thank you very much. But I have to have a stencil to follow, and kind of eyeball it. So I can't really just freehand it. But but yeah, the Rocky Horror Picture Show for us, it's just fun. We love the music. We don't sit around and do the whole props thing. We don't yell at the screen. We just watch it and sing the songs. That's just what we like to do. So that's my pick. That's my pick. All right. Question number 10. So, Halloween costume emojis. So, describe what costume. I'm not going to be wearing a costume this year, you guys, but I did pick out a costume idea using 3 to 4 emojis. And I'm sure those of you that are here will be able to guess this very easily because I made it super simple. So, here you go. I wonder what I will be going as. Um, yeah, I haven't dressed up for Halloween in many, many years. It's just not something we do. We don't go trick or treating anymore. My kids are too old. Like I said, we don't get trick or treaters. Our Halloween party that we normally have, a big family thing, is usually a week or two before, and nobody dresses up anymore. We only did a few years, like a handful of years. So, yep, ready for the win. Ready for the win. Yes, you got it. That's good. Good eye. David said I watch horror throughout the year. I did watch Dark Harvest last night, so I'm calling that my kickoff for this year. Same for me. Horror is not just for October specifically, but I will admit, I haven't watched much horror this year at all. There will be certain things that I watch for October, obviously. Um, I told my family that I'd like to try to watch something maybe every night if we can, no hard, fast, set rule, but, you know, may not, I don't know. Is it sacrilege to say I'm maybe getting burnt out of horror as I'm doing a horror tag video? We'll cut that out. Let's see. David says, what is that? Frankenstein with an 8 ball. Is that, I can't see. I don't have my glasses on, David. Somebody will answer that down below in the comments, please. What is he? Don't tell us what it is. Let someone guess. Let us see if they can figure it out. Okay, number 11. Leatherface's chainsaw, Michael's knife, or Freddy's glove. What is your favorite signature weapon? Okay, what is your favorite signature weapon? So I switched it up a little bit, you guys, barely. I think the scythe from Halloween 5 is pretty damn cool. Okay, I think it's pretty cool. So um, I'm a farm girl, so any kind of like farm implement is really neat. So I appreciate that. And I mean, you can just whip that thing around. In all honesty, it would be quite difficult to, I think, kill someone with that unless you have them kind of pinned. Um, I it would be hard to run with that thing or even walk fast and be swinging that back and forth to bludgeon someone, to kill someone. So may not be the most practical um, tool to off someone, but it looks pretty damn awesome in my opinion. So that's my answer. Okay. When someone mentions the movie Trick or Treat, which movie do you think of first? Do you think of Trick or Treat from 1986, or do you think of Trick or Treat from 2005? So for David, of course, he's my friend, and my mind has to go to Trick or Treat. He loves that film. So had to say that one. Um, have I seen either one very many times? No. I need to probably watch them both again. Um, but I don't even think I own either one of the Trick or Treats. Trying to think if I do. I don't think I do. I don't even think I have them on a physical format. So, but that's my answer for that question. And David likes Freddy's syringe fingers. Those are pretty dang cool. Yes, from Nightmare 3. So we love Nightmare on Elm Street. My daughter, that's her favorite franchise is Nightmare on Elm Street. It goes Nightmare, Michael, and she doesn't care for the Friday the 13th film. Sorry, not sorry. All right, guys, last question. Last question. Top 5 songs in your spooky season playlist. So many songs to pick. So many things one could pick. And the funny thing was, like, up until I had 30 minutes before this live stream, and I realized I only picked 3 songs. So I had to make a whole new slide for this because I was like, oh crap, I didn't even pay attention to the question. So no particular order, but lots of good stuff here, but basic stuff because I am a basic bitch. So we have Thriller, Michael Jackson's Thriller. We are going to try to get Thriller into the top 10 this year. My daughter is in a Michael Jackson group on Discord. She is a moderator, and there is a Thriller challenge that they've been trying to do for the last few years. And last year they got Thriller up into the top. I think it got to 14 on the Billboard. And the goal is to get Thriller into the top 10 because it never got into the top 10 back in the day. And I believe I'm right on that. She will quote me or she'll fix that if I did say it wrong. But the idea behind the Thriller challenge is anywhere that you stream. So whether it be Spotify or iTunes or on YouTube, even playing videos, play Thriller. And they are going to compile, of course, all the streaming, and that goes towards the top 10. So that is the Thriller challenge. So play Thriller as much as you can, you guys. That would be awesome. So we have Thriller, and of course Rockwell featuring Michael Jackson. Somebody's Watching Me. Love that song. Very, very seasonal track. I think that I hear it a lot on the radio anymore. And I'm not sure. I mean, all year round. I don't know what's kind of made it come back into fashion, but it's a good track. It's a great track there. And then we have Dawkins' Dream Warriors from, of course, Nightmare 3. Great song there. Would love to have that particular maxi single there. That would be awesome. Don't own that, but it'd be cool to have in the collection. So who knows, someday. And then two more, you guys. I picked, okay, so the left picture is from Rocky Horror Picture Show, and that is going to be, we're calling it the Floor Show, and that is Rose Tint My World, Don't Dream It Be It, and Wild and Untamed Thing. Those are the 3 songs. It's kind of a medley there towards the end of the film. If you're familiar with the film, you know what I'm talking about. If not, look it up. It's pretty good. Pretty good. The music is great from the film. So I love the Floor Show. That's probably one of my favorite parts of the whole film. And then lastly, I decided on Gerard McMahon's Cry Little Sister from The Lost Boys. And I printed off something, you guys. I was reading a little bit on Wikipedia. Wikipedia never gets anything wrong. So take this with a grain of salt, but I thought this was really interesting to read for this live stream. So director Joel Schumacher asked English singer-songwriter Gerard McMahon to write a theme for his 1987 film, obviously The Lost Boys. The song was predominantly composed by McMahon, who said that its refrain was, quote, brewing in my head with the choir as a chorus backing me. That all seemed to come within half an hour, which blows my mind to think of that. His producer created the hypnotic beat. We refined it together, and my melody and chords melted right into it. Then I wrote the lyrics within an hour or 2 and recorded the demo. Despite appearing on the soundtrack to The Lost Boys, the song's lyrics do not specifically reference vampires, as it was composed before he had seen any footage of the film. After hearing the track, Joel Schumacher commented, quote, you nailed my theme song for The Lost Boys. I can't believe you wrote this without seeing a frame of film. And then McMahon explained later, I always say that if I had seen the film first, I would probably not have written Cry Little Sister. So there you go, guys. That is awesome. That is so cool. I mean, that is talent to be able to write something. So, I mean, and I hate to use the word iconic, but it's just so um, perfect for the film without even having seen the film and just having it all, that's a God-given talent right there. That's God-given to have that in your brain. So, yeah. Let's see. David has his list. He said Susie and the Banshees, Halloween. Love it. Concrete Blonde, Bloodletting. Not familiar with that one. I'll look it up. Thriller, obviously. Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper. Love that. And Rockwell, Somebody Watching Me. Nice. That's a great list. That's a great list. So there you go, guys. That is going to be my response to the return of the Halloween tag 2024 created by my friend David Diggs. David's channel is going to be linked below. Again, all the questions are linked below. If you guys want to follow along, do your own version of this tag, that would be great. We would love to see responses out there on the YouTube world. Or if you just want to leave comments down below, that's great too. This is just a way to kind of share love and network and hopefully make new friends and love Halloween, kick off the season right. So, anyway, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me on this last day of September. I hope you all have a wonderful October. Spooky season is upon us. Lots of good stuff coming from so many people. There's going to be a lot of stuff to watch and do in October. So I hope you're ready for it. So I know I am. So anyway, guys, thank you for hanging out with me today. Be excellent to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.